name is Daniel Flynn. I am a candidate for the Masters of Educational Technology program located at Boise State University. Currently, I'm an international teacher. I work at the American International School of Bucharest as an IT teacher and IT coordinator. The main purpose of my job is to integrate technology with 6th grade classes, and as well as to manage technology within the secondary school. My reasons for going to Boise State University were quite simple. I want to perfect my skills, and I want to master my domain of educational technology. And obviously over the last 2 years, I believe I have come to a greater understanding and acceptance of what I need to do as an educational technologist and apply it within the classroom, helping teachers out as well as helping students out.
One of the most beneficial projects that I ever created in an EdTech master's program was in the EdTech 503 instructional design course, the final project, which was creating instruction for teaching adult teachers how to use Dippity, Google, Wikispaces as tech integration in their classrooms for a one-on-one laptop program. Now, I did not find the actual creating of the product, the instruction, the most interesting part, or really even the most fun part. The fun and interesting part was actually creating it, was planning it out, was investigating, researching, developing, designing, and implementing, and finally evaluating the product that I created. The first parts of the assignment were to really investigate, to research who was the audience, why are we doing this, through the rationale. Then, most importantly, a needs assessment survey. The needs assessment survey is really something that I have definitely going to take with me as the large learning part of my stay here at Boise State EdTech program, because what learning is to occur, we need to know who and why, and how our learners want to learn. And to do this, these assessment survey allows us to build a successful instructional design. In this program, in instructional design models as well, it's important to learn how to write objectives. Objectives were not easy to write. I think it's sometimes overlooked and shadowed. Using the proper verbiage and key words that really hone into what you're trying to get the learner to learn in the end. I found this very difficult, but also very rewarding when creating the instruction and following up an evaluation. In creating an instructional guide for instructors who instruct the course, this was also a challenge and something that I have had to force myself to really think through. It's not just a mere fact of here, teach Wikispaces, teach Google, teach Dippity, and call it a day. Rather, it's for them to use preciseness based on the research done for needs assessment and the tools that are needed to successfully acquire successfully acquire knowledge of how to use these Web 2.0 tools. I also found it very interesting and beneficial to actually come up with a learner content section of the instructional design, learning what the formative assessment and summative assessment materials would be, technology tools that are needed, not just for the students but also for the instructors. This goes along and needs to be thought out before instruction is delivered. And finally, a expert review plan and a one-to-one review plan, a small group evaluation, and field trial are extremely important and crucial to actually having the instruction successfully delivered to have instruction delivered, and also to test to see if learners are actually learning. Oftentimes we give a lesson, we have maybe some formative assessment, and if it looks good, we move on. However, in instructional design, it's very important that we cover each base and see where learners need more assistance and see where instruction has holes. And finally, instructional design is something I will use for the remainder of my teaching career and as a technology coordinator in my current position and future positions in international schools. The next piece that I have chosen for my portfolio was the Digital Citizenship Unit, which was a web quest created in EdTech 502. This was one of the last pieces that we created in the unit for the course. However, I feel it's the most important, as I use this in my everyday teaching and as our department goal for the 2011-2012 school year. In years past, when I taught digital citizenship, I really skimmed the surface of what the three pillars are of cyber ethics, mostly cyber ethics, cyberbullying, and cyber safety. It did not entail much more than just informational pieces. It really lasted 1 or 2 days. This unit, when I used this year for grade 6, it took us about 3 weeks, and not mostly because of what the product was to develop. It was mostly because the kids had a lot of questions and they were inquisitive about why we have expectations and guides for cyber ethics, cyberbullying, and cyber safety. So this unit, again, is something that I will be using for the remainder of my career, as well as expanding upon as I get more relevant information and applicable information in the years to come. But in overall of this unit, I started off with a central question, and it means, what does it mean to be a good citizen online? And that includes, again, the three pillars: cyber ethics, cyber safety, and cyberbullying, and being aware of what they do and how they affect you as a student and others. This also included a teacher page, which allows the teachers to understand the rationale assessments, the purpose of this unit. This learner description, the web quest is designed for lower middle school students, so it was not really designed for first graders or really high school students of later years. The task started from a pre-quiz to judge students' prior knowledge for digital citizenship, and also expanded upon this to break into groups of three groups by pillar, and create a background research, actually investigation, of what either their unit was, either cyber ethics, cyberbullying, or cyber safety. After they did this, we did share this information with the class. We had some discussions, and then they went on to produce a video, which entailed as a cornerstone piece of their learning of their tier. After the video was produced, they watched the videos. They showed the videos so each student could watch and become aware of each part. The evaluation of this unit was based on NYP criterion, and this was done because I work in a IB school, IB NYP school, so we must use the 1 to 7 grade scale of each criterion assessment. And of course, a teacher page at the end, which helps teachers understand why this unit was created. Digital citizenship, in conclusion, digital citizenship is one of the most important tools that we have for the 21st century. We are a cyber world, we are online, and students as a cornerstone shouldn't really proceed forward in education without these three areas of digital citizenship: cyber ethics, cyberbullying, and cyber safety. as they want to stay healthy, safe, and be productive online without any issues. For the final project, I have chosen a CARP-based poster graphic that I made in EdTech 506. I often overlook stuff in EdTech 506. However, I noticed I put it in my portfolio, so I realized that this is rather important in my educational technology master's program. The idea of CARP is something I'm actually using now in my classes. I've embedded this as a pre-unit discussion and lessons that students use to actually understand how graphics should be placed, how graphics are designed for audiences rather than themselves, and using this allows students to actually assess the needs of what the audience may possibly want to see in a graphic. So this placement, a little about this graphic, I made actually a CARP-based assignment within my poster because I wanted to teach kids and show kids the difference of PowerPoint slides between, as you can see, 1, 2, and 3 here. Kids were supposed to ask which of the three has the best graphic placement and why. Well, obviously you can see there's a the alignment here is off on a couple of them, and proximity as well. The cars are flipped around. So obviously the answer here is number 3, has clean cut lines. The cars kind of face each other, so there's good alignment there as well. Okay, so it goes on as well in the second part of this and the third part. The second part is most about text and graphics combined, and the third one is the best placement of charts, etc. So using the principles of CARP, I use contrast. As you can see, the colors here are very neutral. They're not aggressive. They're not neon green or fluorescent blue to really maybe offend the eye and the viewer's sense of what they're trying to look at. There's alignment. Everything's aligned perfectly, so there's no misalignment here between numbers and slides and sections. Repetition, because it's repetitive. Same styles used on all 3 sections. And of course proximity. Everything is within its area it's supposed to be. It's not all over the place. So I feel that this is a good example of CARP in action, and I feel that this is something I will definitely be using in the future because it's easy. And I think this is a good placement in my portfolio.
Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate it, and I hope that in the near future and for the long term that I am able to better serve the teachers and students that work with me and I work with. Thank you also to the educational technology professors at Boise State and all of my colleagues in the program for assisting me in the last 2 years of my education.